All right. Hi, everybody. We are live at Heather Shouse, Heather Brown, and Melanie's, what's your last name, Melanie?
Hollis.
Hollis, that's right. Melanie Hollis. Like Rachel, I'm going to see Rachel Hollis next week.
Yes.
Anyway, I know. And so anyway, I'm very excited to bring training from a live meeting for you. This is our Monday night meeting, our 30 minutes, but we are going to start out with having the directors in the room share sales techniques and sales tips. So we're going to turn this right around, and we are going to start with Melanie.
Hi, guys. So I'm Melanie Hollis. I've been with Pampered Chef for about 4 years, and my favorite summer products is actually a favorite winter product too. I use it all year round, and that's my quick cooker. I'm absolutely in love with my quick cooker. I use it 3 or 4 times a week myself for my family. So it's something that I'm very passionate about, and it kind of fits why I do Pampered Chef, which is getting dinner on the table in 30 minutes or less. And then for my dessert, I've started doing the strawberry cheesecake dip, which is absolutely amazing, showing off the new Cool and Serve. And then it shows off a lot of different products, like the prep bowls, the measuring spoons, which I don't always use, the quick slice, which is a wonderful tool. Everyone needs one, right?
Mm-hmm. They do.
They do.
Everybody.
It's such a versatile tool. And then if I don't do that, in the summertime, make sure that I do not turn on their ovens. So I'll go with the cake in the rock crock in the microwave, or I'll do like the peach nachos and have the chips pre-made. And that way you can show off the grill pan and grill some peaches.
Nice.
And the whipped cream maker. I've also done a dessert party this summer. So I did the waffle puff pan, and then we did different toppings with ice cream. So that was a lot of fun as well.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now let me ask you about the waffle puff can.
Yes.
What do you find is the best recipe to use in there? Is it Pampered Chef's recipe, or is it a box?
I like both.
Do you?
I don't know if I like one better than the other. I think it really depends on what your goal is, because the dessert recipe that Pampered Chef has is very sweet.
Okay.
So it's definitely a dessert. The Nutella strawberry bubble waffle one. I don't always do the Nutella and the strawberries, but I use that as the dessert base. But if I want something that's less sweet, then I'll do just a regular like pancake waffle type mix.
Okay. Awesome. Okay.
So one tip I will give you about the waffle puff pan, a hot plate does not work. You need a stove. Learn that from experience.
Okay.
It doesn't get hot enough.
It doesn't get hot enough.
Yes.
Okay. And do you find that there's a certain amount that you put in that works better than another? Do you have the measuring
I
cup?
use the batter dispenser.
Okay.
And I do 2 to 3 medium dots.
Okay. All right.
And it really depends on how thick your batter is, or how thin it is, to how quick it spreads, to whether you need that third. The third one is really almost like a half a bowl.
A half one. Okay. Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Great.
Yeah.
Great. Well, that's exciting. All right.
Switch.
Next up, we have Heather Shouse.
I feel like we're on a game show.
I know.
Okay.
Come on down.
So I'm Heather Shouse, been with the company for 18 years. So I think one of the things about summer is that you don't have to carry like stones and like the heavier products. So it's kind of nice because you kind of show a whole different side of our products. So I love to do the salad spinner. I don't know if anybody has the salad spinner, but that is like amazing product, because you can use it not only for doing your salads, but like if I'm doing, sometimes people don't think of it, but like if you were going to do a taco salad, you can spin your tomatoes and your beans and those things too. Then your salad doesn't get, when you put the chips in, it doesn't get so soggy so fast.
Mm-hmm.
I had one lady, this is kind of a side note, but she's like, you can put your pantyhose in there. I was like, oh my gosh, I would buy the salad spinner to do your pantyhose.
Right.
Okay. But strawberry spinach salad, that is one recipe I absolutely love. My husband would never touch spinach, and I went to a sales meeting and they did that. I was like, oh my gosh, we got to try that. I remember coming home and my husband goes, you know, I don't like spinach, right? I go, I know, I don't either, but this is so good. And now it's something that we eat all the time. You know, the quick slice is great for your strawberries, your cucumbers. You can toast your almonds. I try to do the same thing. I don't turn the oven on in the summertime because some people don't have air conditioning, or if they do, you don't want to pay to heat your house up and then put the air conditioning on. But you can take your small bar pan and put your almonds in there and toast them in the microwave, and they almost give it like a bacon taste. You do want to let them cool before you put them in your salad, but it does show a small stone, but that's not like you're carrying something really heavy. You can also show them with a vegetable peeler, like to pull the hulls of the strawberries out. I know we have a huller, but I'm kind of one of those people. I like to use, you know, one product for more than one thing. And I made myself notes because I thought, oh dear, I'm not going to remember what I wanted to say. And one thing I really teach about the salad spinner too is that a lot of people do have gardens, or even if they buy salad in the store, it is really very dirty. So if you take your salad or even your strawberries, your grapes, anything like that, and you fill your sink with a little bit of vinegar and water, that helps to cut the pesticides, and it kind of helps with the dirt and stuff too. And then put it in your salad spinner. And when you spin your salad, you don't use as much salad dressing, because what happens is when your salad is wet, you know, everything kind of runs off of your salad. So even if you're making like potato salad or you're making a pasta salad, you don't have to use as much dressing. It kind of adheres a little bit better to your salads that you're making. And then another one we did tonight was the Snicker dip. Melanie's like, you got to make the Snicker dip because that's so good. So that's like a side thing I'll usually bring to my shows, because it shows the cool and serve trays. Not only can they do, you know, veggies and dip, fruit and dip, but everybody loves the Snicker dip. The one thing I will tell you is when you make it, you do need to make extra, because if you take it out to your shows all the time, your kids will be like, Mom, is it really going to the show again? How there isn't any for us? But it's better if you let it sit like overnight. So it just kind of shows a lot of products that way too.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, and if I can add just two things on about the salad spinner. Now think of it this way: when you buy your romaine, either 3 to a pack, or if you're at Sam's and you're 6 to a pack, you're spending about $3 to $4 on that 3 or 6 pack of lettuce. When you buy a bag of salad already cut up, it's 6 ounces. Mm-hmm. Let's just use, for example, the $2.89 for the 3-pack at Meijer or Jewel or whatever. You're getting 18 ounces of salad. Even if you take off the core and take out the outer leaves, you're absolutely getting a minimum of 12 to 14 ounces of salad for actually less. And if you process it, and I cut it up, I wash it, cut it up, and put it in like our stainless steel bowl with a paper towel, it'll last for 7 to 10 days, longer than the bag salad. Okay, so think about that. In no time at all. In fact, in 2 months' time, if you have salads 3 times a week, you will pay for your salad spinner just in the difference in what you're paying for your romaine lettuce.
You don't have the preservatives.
None of that. Yeah, it's pretty amazing. And I always, whenever I make salsa, I always spin my tomatoes after I chop them, because you get all the seeds and the wet out of it, and then your salsa stays nicer for more than a day or two. Okay. Yeah. So get that stuff out. Even when I'm like, I've been making my own spaghetti sauce from Roma tomatoes. Okay. I roast the tomatoes, I cut them up, and then I spin them and get all the liquid out of it. And then I use them, and I put them in the Ninja, and it's amazing. It's just amazing. Okay. So don't be afraid to use your salad spinner. And then the berry spinner, like to do your blackberries and your blueberries. Like, you know, our grandmas always told us that we shouldn't wash our blueberries before we freeze them. With the salad spinner, you can, because you can spin that excess off, put it on the cookie sheet, on a piece of parchment paper or wax paper, and freeze them individually, and then put them in quart bags. And then you take out as many blueberries as you need, because they're all individually frozen. So buy them when they're on super sale, and they'll last all throughout the whole year.
Oh, can I share another tip about that bag lettuce?
Yeah.
When they buy that bag lettuce, I don't know if you guys know this, but I had somebody had shared this with me, that bag lettuce, you know, we pay premium price for it, but it doesn't last very long. And do you know it is the lowest grade of lettuce? It's really what they would feed the animals, but they looked for a way to make money. So they package it and it's not really washed. I was sharing this at a show and I had a lady, she had texted me a picture. She goes, Heather, she goes, it was a sealed bag of lettuce and she had a tag full. And it actually, she had a little, she had a little frog.
Oh my heavens.
Yeah, inside her bag. And I should have kept that, but I kept it for a long time and I pitched it, but I just, people say, oh, it's pre-washed. I don't need to wash it. You still need to wash it. And that lettuce is like the worst. The romaine is so much
it's so much better
for you.
And now they're even doing artisan romaine. Oh my gosh. They took the end off. They call it artisan romaine, It's hysterical.
Love it.
Yes, I do too. It's cute. Yeah, they don't let it grow as big. Okay. But now they cut it off. They cut off the end and separate the leaves and then charge twice as much for it in a little container. It's like, you guys, tell people, don't be taken in by this stuff. You're smarter than this. Okay. So good. Awesome. Next up is Heather Brown.
Pick Your Own Blueberry starts Thursday.
Pick Your Own Blueberry starts Thursday. Where's that at?
Tammany.
In Essex.
Essex, Illinois.
Okay. Nice. Here we go, Heather.
Hi, everybody. I'm Heather Brown, and I like summer because I feel like it opens up a whole new world of opportunities for hosting shows, because sometimes people don't feel like they have the space, but it's always nice in the summer because you can do it out on a porch. You can do it on our deck. I've even done them under shade trees, and we've had great times just being outside, doing, parties at the park, sensational salads. I like to really talk about theme shows. And I actually pass around like a sheet at my shows and just talk about all the different theme shows I do. And one of the ones we do in the summer is the ice cream social.
Oh,
and so and I love making homemade ice cream at my shows. And funny story, I was at a show I was back in December, setting up for the show, and I'm in like over an hour from home, and I'm setting up, and I'm like, look out the window, and my gynecologist is coming to my show. I'm like, how did this happen?
Right.
Of all the things and all the places,
Right.
But it was pretty interesting. She comes to my show, and she'd already told me, but our ice cream maker is actually one of her favorite products. And so, but it was quite embarrassing, so I'm like, okay, this is interesting. How am I going to do my party?
Yeah.
But she booked a party, so
She didn't ask you to sit on the table. You were
no, we're right. I got to keep my clothes on.
It's all good.
So it was awesome. But no, I didn't. But I do love our ice cream maker. It's a lot of fun, and I am not as big of an ice cream fan as my family is, but they really enjoy it, and we love the Quicksicle maker. That is so fun. It shows. People cannot believe how fast that is. See, it's like the microwave for food, but it's the microwave for popsicles, and it's really fun. So that's one of the fun summer products I like to take. I probably like to show the Quicksicle maker even more than the ice cream maker, just because it's faster. There's less things that can go wrong. It's easier to transport, so that kind of thing. But it's nice to showcase both. In the summer too, I love showing off the grill pan. I love showing that off throughout the year. Because I'm one of these people, I go out to grill and the grill's out of gas, or we're out of charcoal, or it's too windy.
Yes.
So I love showing off our grill pan, and I really talk about power cooking and showing people, you know what, when you're cooking chicken breast, don't just cook 2 or 3, cook that whole bag.
Yeah.
That's why you need the double burner grill pan. And this month is 60% off, and you can also take it, and once you get your chicken done, put your veggies in there, or do half of your veggies and half of your meat, and really saves you time, saves you money. You have healthy things on the go. And the close and cut, oh my goodness, I didn't use that for a long time, and that's something I started using at shows, and people love it.
Yes,
and they absolutely love it. And make sure to tell them they need a chef's knife with it, because they really need a good sharp chef's knife. So if they don't have a good one, sell them the combo. But I love the double burner grill pan. Everybody is always so impressed. And after you're done cooking that chicken, make sure to show them what it looks like. I love doing the steps of the process, because then you're selling that sizzle,
And it looks like restaurant quality chicken breast.
I'm always like, guys, look at these lines, these beautiful lines, and it's done in 10 minutes. Yeah. And I said, every busy mom and every busy family needs this pan, because literally I've taken thin ribeye steaks, thin pork chops from the freezer, put them on there, and they're done in 10 to 12 minutes.
Wow.
So, it's fast. I like to show off the bruschetta pasta. That's one of my favorite summertime recipes because there's a lot of fresh tomatoes and basil. And you use that quick slice, which I love too.
It's one of your favorites.
I'm always like, you guys all need this. I hate cutting tomatoes. You need this.
Yeah.
So
It's so versatile.
it is very versatile.
Mhm.
And I show them how you can slice and then also dice, by quarter turning it. And so, but I love doing the bruschetta pasta because it shows off that double burner grill pan. It shows off the rock crock. And
Mhm.
I was going to talk about the quick cooker, but Melanie already did.
That's good. No, that
But those are all great
Take
tools.
Take
Those are all our power tools, though. I think they're wonderful. But I love the rock crock. I always tell everybody every kitchen should have a rock crock because literally it can take the heat anywhere. And and another thing with summer is like you can talk to people that camp. You can go do camper shows. You can go do things like that. And every camper should have a rock crock.
Right.
They can take it out on the grill. They can use it in the microwave. Even people that boat, the rock crock is really really great tool. And I've sold it to people who boat because they really enjoy, having that versatility because they don't have a lot of space, but they can put the rock crock in there with the base and add that in there. So
yes, absolutely, absolutely. And the other thing, I have fallen in love with the small square rock crock.
Oh yeah,
that is awesome for just doing a couple things in the oven, and especially once again for people that are older. It's not the big, you don't have to fill it all up. You can have smaller amount of food on there, but it's really nice and it cleans up beautiful. Dishwash.
Sure does.
I've been selling those a lot lately. And I have 2 friends that gave up their grills, got rid of their grills because of our grill pan.
Wow.
Complete. Neither one of them used their grill for over a year and a half. And I said, what are you keeping it for? Give it away. They both sold them. They both sold the grills because they just love the grill pan, and their husbands love the grill pan because they don't have to go out there and stand out there and and it's and it just makes everything so good.
It does.
And the other thing I love to do with the double burner grill pan too is make multiple meats in the oven at once. I'll put a beef roast, a chicken, and a pork roast all in there at the same time and roast them in the oven. And then I've got, sure, why not? It's got sides. Double burner grill pan. Yeah, absolutely. Put it all in there because it's got the sides for juice, but the gravy that makes.
Oh yeah.
Killer. You drain off all that. You've got all those great drippings, but absolutely. And it's a great way, especially for people who work all week. You've got your 3 proteins. Now all you need to do is add your sides.
And that's something like I like to talk about at my shows too, is when they're doing the chicken is like, you don't have to eat chicken breast all 3 nights.
No.
You turn it into this bruschetta pasta, then you make a chicken salad, or then you have chicken fajitas or whatever. I'm always encouraging people, make extra, but use it in another creative way and then giving them ideals, things they can see themselves doing.
Yeah.
And I think that makes a huge difference.
Absolutely. When we were just up in Michigan and my sister made some pork tenderloins and we had it that night for dinner with smashed potatoes. Did you guys know how to do smashed potatoes? You take those small potatoes, you boil them, and then you take them, put them on a cookie sheet, and you smash them, and then you put extra butter and garlic and all that good stuff. You brush them with all that, and then you roast them. What's that?
I'm just making up words.
Okay. They were
wonderful.
amazing. Well, the next day on the boat, she had made 2 full, the pork tenderloins, and the next day on the boat, we had phenomenal sandwiches. And we also cooked some chicken breasts along with the pork tenderloins, same pot. Okay. And we just cut it all up and we had sandwiches the next day on the boat. And it was great. It's a great lean meat. And we just she marinated it in some olive oil with some lemon juice, our lemon pepper, Pampered Chef's lemon pepper, and fresh garlic. And you bring it down to room temperature. You take it out of the fridge for a good hour before you cook it. And then you just keep turning it on the grill so it gets a nice, beautiful bronze on all sides. And it's still a little pink in the middle. Okay. And you let it sit for at least 10 minutes. And by the way, Jackie, this is your recipe. She always says I steal her recipe. But oh my gosh, it was so delicious. It was so delicious. It was crazy. It was crazy. But again, you can. So what did I do when I came home from Michigan on Sunday? I bought 2 pork tenderloins. Because I am so making this for me because, you know, it's just me. So I have to do things that will be smart. But I said, I can take and cook pork, you know, cook it all and then put some in the freezer for when I want more. And it's pork tenderloin is delicious on salads. Love it. Love it. So that's awesome. That's awesome. Does anybody have a question for Heather? Anyone else having their screens? What's Heather saying in the chat? What does it say? Anyone else?
I can't see it.
Okay.
It was me. Occasionally the screen's like freezing up. It's being garbled. Is anyone else having that issue?
I don't know.
Like your voice is like the screen will freeze and your voice will go blah, 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 blah.
Maybe the connection.
Yeah. It might be a little bit of the connection, Tammy.
Okay, I just want to.
Okay.
My hearing going bad.
Well, let's give our 3 directors a big hand. I appreciate all you guys sharing. Thank you so much. And then, whoops. What did I do? Can we take it and put it on this side? Yeah. Hold on one second. Okay, there we go. Let's see. Hello. You still recording? Yay! Okay. All right. So tonight I want to do a little share a training with you that I've done all across the country. And I'm looking. There we go. That's better. Oh, sure. Thank you. Well, no, that's going to be in everybody's way. I'm going to screen share now.
Oh, okay.
And let's see. She designed a life she loved. And let's see. Heather taught me something here. All right. Let me see. Hold on. Wait. I need to screen share first. I didn't do that. Hold on. Oh, it's a good thing you don't have to be good at technology for this. Do I need to escape?
Yes.
Where do I do that? Let me.
See, I would have told me we're zooming along. He's right next to me. I must.
Oh, there we go. There we go. All right, hold on. I'm going to screen share. I need to do that first. Desktop, share. Okay, and now, whoops. There we go. Yay. Yay, Melanie. Melanie's a whiz. She is a whiz. Okay, so this is called She Designed a Life She Loved. And can everybody see this here? Okay, awesome. You know, I want to encourage you that all of you are in the power seat for your business. And when you put the gas on or when you put on the brake, you're still in control, aren't you? All right. Okay, let me see here. Picture format, slideshow. Let's go to slideshow. And
Down, isn't it?
Is it down?
To slideshow.
Oh.
And then click play from start.
So good. Actually, PowerPoint just changed some things. Okay. All right. There we go. All right. So I want to talk about empowerment. And I want to tell you that you are in the driver's seat. And what you do or don't do is going to be evidenced in your business. Okay. This is something I learned. It's called the wall of no control and the wall of total control. Those are 2 very different walls, isn't it? What are things that we can't control in life?
Other people.
Other people. The weather. We were talking about earlier, taxes.
I was just going to say the government.
The government. What else? What else can't we control? That's out of our control. Illness. Yeah. Okay. What are the things that are in control that we can control? Ourselves.
Our attitude.
Our attitudes. Our actions, right? What we do can, there's certain things that I always said, well, what can I do to change this? Is this something in my power or is it not? Okay. I think there's 3 areas that are in 100% of our control. One of them is how much we care about others, what we're committed to, and then what our choices are. Okay. So caring, commitment, and choices. Now, when we're caring is in 100% of our control. We care about our families first, our friends. We care about our customers. We care about our hosts. We want them to be successful. And the things that we do on a daily basis is going to be about caring for others, isn't it? Isn't that what most of our lives are? It's caring for others, okay? The next thing is commitment. Are you 100% committed to you? Not to Pampered Chef, but to you. Because when you're committed to your success, X, Y, and Z are at your disposal, okay? So you have to decide what you're willing to commit to get it done. Does that make sense? Okay. A lot of times we say, like, I'm really good about saying, oh, I'm going to go on another day. I'm going to do keto this week. I'm going to do no carbs next week. So I'm going to do all this week. None of it all works. I mean, I shouldn't say it all works when you're committed, all right, to it for over a time frame, right? For me, something like Weight Watchers works the best for me because I have a whole lot of weight to lose. And so I need to do something for the long haul. Can I, as an Italian, stay away from carbs for longer than months and months on end? It's not going to happen, guys. I'm not going to be successful at that. So you need to know, are you Italian? Do you understand this? Okay.
Very much so.
Yes.
I can't go a day without pasta.
Well, I only eat pasta maybe once or twice a month now. But I mean, it used to be a staple. It used to be like bread. But anyway, I am watching things, but what can I commit to be successful? Do you understand what I'm saying about that? And what's really important is your why. What is your mirror of belief? Do you see that it's a pawn in the mirror, but what you see is you're the queen or the king, whichever piece that is? Does that make sense? What you perceive about yourself is going to be your reality. If you think you can, you'll do it. If you think you can't, you won't. All right? So when you look in the mirror, and I've been memorizing verses that are positive verses for me at my stage in life on my own, that the Lord is by me and he is for me and he will make all things come to fruition that he wants in my life. Not that I want in my life, but he wants in my life. Okay. So what do you see? What's your mirror of your belief? And then here's a picture of your commitment. It's like, move over. Okay. Knock it down. All right. You can do this. You are no different than me. I am no different than you. You're no different than any other successful person in our company. We all have the same toolkit. It's so powerful, you guys. You don't have to wait for anybody to die or retire to get the next position. Good news for me, right? I mean, seriously. Because isn't that the way it is in most companies? You don't get the next spot until they leave. It's not like that here. If it's to be, it's up to you. Okay? What is going to float your boat? What's going to make you do the things you need to do to be success? And again, you hold the measuring stick. Not one of us directors here. Hold your measuring stick. You decide what success is. If success for you is one show a month, then you're successful. All right? What do you want? But then commit to it and be consistent with it. If it's consistently once a month, be consistently once a month, consistently once a week, touch your business once a day, whatever it may be. But you decide and then do it. Is it vacations? Is it college tuition for you or your little ones? Is it a new house? I'll never forget going from 1,000 square foot home, and it was really only 975, okay? With a 30-foot lot, you know, in the front. We were in the city and this little tiny house. And then we moved to an acre in Orland Park to a 4,000 square foot home. It's a huge jump for me. It was scary as all get out. But you know what? I trusted that we prayed about it. We looked for it long enough and we had to go. We asked the Lord to shut the door if this is not supposed to happen. And he did a couple times for some other houses. Okay. But this one, and this is the one I'm selling. So if anybody needs a really great house, just a little perk. It is a really great house. I'm sorry I'm leaving it.
That's cool that you said that, though. You know what, our house, our first one was 960 square feet. Well, this one was 2,400.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
I mean, that's amazing. And my 4,000 included the basement. So mine was 2,600 in the top floor. So it's about the same size. About the same size.
I think your house is a lot bigger.
Okay. So anyway, is it a new car? You know, it's really interesting when you have choices. I could buy any car I wanted. No, not a Porsche. I mean, not a Ferrari or Maserati or anything, but I could literally do a Mercedes. I could do a Benz. I could do a BMW. I could do Jaguar. I could do anything I want. And there's such freedom in being able to choose what you really like about a car, not by its name, but by the way it fits you and your personality. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. So maybe you need a new car. Maybe it's just to put food on the table. Maybe it's just to help your family be able to do things that they wouldn't be able to do. Okay. Maybe it's for retirement, your savings. I love saving money. There's such power in not spending just because you can. I have a saying that it's just because I can doesn't mean I should. Okay? And there's responsibility. And to much is given, much is expected. Okay? And that has to do with giving in my life. Okay? And I love being able to give. One of my greatest things I ever did was give 2 different couples that couldn't take a honeymoon. That is awesome. They were able to go on a honeymoon. And that was a blessing to be able to do. Now, paying for my kids' college education was also a blessing, okay, to them. But I really liked doing the honeymoon thing, okay, because I didn't have one. So, you know, that was important to me. Now, here is a little sheet that all of you that I gave to you. So it's called Build Your Future. Choices, calendar, and connection. Okay? So when you make good choices, you build your calendar, and you make great connections with people. All right? It's really, really important. Remember, this is a relationship business. And what I've done here is I've really broken it down for people to do business in all different ways. So whether you love to do workshops, you know, I have people that do a workshop once a week in their home, once a month in their home. They have Dining Divas once a month, where they get 10 people to come over on the whatever day of the week, whatever week of the month it is, okay? And each person, they do it for 10 months out of the 12 months, and each person takes a turn at being the host. They make a different appetizer, main dish, and dessert each time. They pay, they commit to spending $30 at each show, at each party, each night that they're there, and they give $5 towards the food. And everybody brings their favorite wine. So it's fun. All right. And what they do is that whatever month is their turn to be the host, they get to invite other people. And they also get to collect other orders and make it not just the $300. They have a guarantee of $300 from the night, but they can make it whatever they want it to be. And Lynn Gant has had a Dining Divas event for years. I mean, I'm talking 10, 12 years. Bobby Bolton, once a month, she has an event at her house. And the people change, and they're on a waiting list to get in. It's awesome. It's awesome. You can do meal prep. You can do salad suppers. You can do whatever you want. The thing is, it's a class and it's a connection. All right. So there's, and then I have parties. Those are cooking shows in my mind, parties. Then there's virtual catalog shows. By the way, don't give up on catalog shows. A lot of people have been telling me how they've been given certain people that work catalogs, a catalog packet, and they're collecting orders like crazy. They're doing a little Facebook component, but not a ton. Go ahead.
How many catalogs should you give them to in a catalog shop?
Well, I ask the people, personally, I always give 10. Okay. I give 10. Yeah. I mean, it's $5. Mm-hmm. Okay. And you want to give them enough so they have enough to spread around. Okay. And then fundraisers. You guys, this is where I feel people are really missing the boat with fundraisers. It's an opportunity to give back to whatever organization that you care about, and you can do it on a sliding scale. You can say, if you have $650 in sales, you get 15%. If you have 1,000, you get 20. If you have 2,000, you get 25. Okay. Now I know you're giving up some of your pay, but think about the fact that the only connection that this whole group of people have is the organization, whether it be from Girl Scouts to anything, the band, the choir, what are some other things? Animal shelters. Traveling baseball, whatever it may be, people want to raise funds. Their only connection is that organization, but they all have their own home in a neighborhood with their own family and friends. So the opportunity for future bookings is huge with a fundraiser. It's huge, okay? I look at a fundraiser as the best way to get new leads for my business. I would rather do a fundraiser, give all of my pay to whatever organization it is, and then let people know that I've given all my pay, and that if they would like to host their own show, to get their own products, free products I would love to do that for them. I'd love to help equip their kitchen, okay? Use that word, equip your kitchen, all right? And it's amazing. I would rather go and do a fundraiser than stand at a craft fair all day. Because I know I've just given 64 people back, their kids or their family. I love doing it even for people that are doing benefits for people that are sick. Like when anybody ever calls me for a basket, I'll say, oh my gosh, let me go one better for you. Let's put an online fundraiser here. People can order, and 35% of what they order will go back to you in a check to the organization. Now, if it's not a not-for-profit, then we do it products that they can turn around and raffle, okay? But I'm telling you, people fall over themselves to be good to you later on. They never forget what you've done. Never. So there, and then every other dollar that you sell that month, you're going to make more on, because it's going to put you in a higher, bracket for the percentage. So if that fundraiser puts you over 4,000, you're going to make more money on every other dollar that you have made that month, that you've sold that month. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. And think about the points for your trip, and the points for free-for-all, and the points for whatever Pampered Chef has got going on that month. It all adds up. So it's not like you're giving away things for nothing. You always get something in return, okay? So now, what I like about this form is it says, all right, I want to do 1 workshop, I want to do 2 parties, I want to do 6 virtual shows, and I want to do 1 fundraiser a month, or 1 fundraiser a quarter. But it lets you break things down, because our party averages for all these things are different, aren't they? Okay. And then a commission, now you get to add them all up, and then your commission earned. What are your annual and monthly goals for the following categories? Would any of you take a job that you didn't know what you were going to be paid? Nobody, right? So are you going to be committed enough to yourself to be the best boss, not the worst employee of the company, and work for yourself and work hard, okay? And do what you need to do to meet your needs. Again, whether it's once a month or once a week, what's it going to be? But this is a great way to break this down. And what are your annual and monthly goals for the following categories? And this part right down here, this my why, this is so important because that will keep you going when you hit a roadblock. Why are you doing this? And your why changes through the years. When I started, my why was Christmas money. When I stayed, it was, oh my gosh, maybe this will help me get out of debt. Do you know that we had that $27,000 paid off in 3 years? Remodeled my house. Each of us got a new car, not new, used. But instead of it being everybody's old cars, we got to get something that was a decent, okay? And actually 1989, Rich and I both got a new car. I paid cash for one, and the other one I financed. So, and then, there was a time later on, I want to say in 1993, he always wanted a truck. So I bought him a truck, cash, big red truck, put the big bow on it. He was so excited. So if you can do something like that for your spouse, if you can, these guys have a motorcycle out there. Somebody got a train going by. My daughter and son-in-law just bought a motorcycle, Harley Davidson, and it freaked me out because I'm like, where are your helmets? I've already raised my kids. Totally selfish on that thought, okay? And I said to him, do you have a will? Do you have a will? Okay. I know, I'm bad. Anyway, but your why changes. And go back to that why every so often. So you know why you're putting your time and energy into something for your future, okay? So it's really important. All right. Next thing is choices. 100% in your control. And you notice that there's 5 doors there, and one of them is golden. They all open and close. They're all the same size. But your choices, make sure your choices are golden choices for you and your family. Okay. Now I want to show you a consultant calculator. Now we don't have this tool anymore, so you're going to just have to take my word for it that this actually, and we're begging them to put it back. But anyway, this person had a monthly income of $1,164, an annual income of just under $14,000. Her monthly commissionable sales were $3,868. Excuse me. Her average monthly shows was 6.33. Average orders were 6. Average guest order was $101. And her career sales were $249,000. She was a director with a small team. End count was 14 people, and her team did $3,639 on average for the month. So she, average guest order was $78. Her guest orders per show were 6.7, and her average monthly shows, her people's average monthly shows was 1/2 of a show each. So in other words, 7 people did 1 show a month. Okay, so that's what that means by 1/2. Okay, so so that was her stats. Now, what happens when we change a few of the calculations on here? What happens when, okay, and by the way, her regular shows were, and sales average was 596, her virtual was 416, okay? You can find this in your performance detail to find out what your 2 different numbers are. And that's one of the reasons why they took this pilot program down, is because they want to expand it a little bit so that it has a place for virtual shows, it has a place for live shows, okay? Because our live shows are more. Now this person's live show isn't that much difference, it's only about $200 difference, but most people, the difference is $300 to $400 minimum, some even more, okay? All right, so now, what happens if we take her average monthly shows from 6.3 to 8? So we've added 1.5 shows on in a month. Not in a week, in a month. What happens if we host coach and get more people at our shows, whether it's virtual or live. 6 per show is not a lot, okay? That person is not host coaching, all right? I can remember I talked about that earlier, all right? I tell my host that we're gonna go for 15 people minimum for a live show. And for my my virtual shows, it's 20 to 25 that are really going to be engaged, because 15 in a room with a live show, 12 are going to actually come, and I know that they're going to have $1,000 show. 12 orders across all of Pampered Chef's numbers is $1,000 show. So we know what $1,000 show takes. They did all the averages of Pampered Chef. All right. So her average guest order, we only added 2 Season's Best recipe books on. Okay. So we went to $105. All right. And didn't change anything on the bottom yet. Well, look at what happens. She is going to go from a monthly income of $1,164. You're going to add $1,700 to that by those small changes. Okay, and she's going to have an annual income of $20,590 instead of $14,000 by just adding 1 1/3 more shows on, and by host coaching. What a difference! You're out there, you're working anyway, guys. Make the most out of it, right? Now, look at what happens when I change some things at the bottom. She's told me that she wanted to recruit 2 people a month for the next 3 months. So now her end count's going to go to 20, and we're going to get 3 out of every 4 people to do 1 show a month. Now we're not talking a lot. We're not talking 10 shows. We're not talking getting people going from doing nothing to 5 shows a week. Do you see what I'm saying here? Small changes make all the difference in the world. And then orders per show. I told her it's host coaching. You need to teach your team how to host coach and how to engage with their hosts and let them see how it's to their benefit to have more people, whether it's live or virtual. And then their average guest order, we just added 1 Season's Best on. That's it. Now look what happens. Now $3,600 more per year, just by making small changes, by recruiting 2 people each month over 3 months. Okay. Do you see how small change? Can you imagine how big changes? How going from 1 show a month to 5 shows a month? What would happen? All right. But I want to show you just small changes. Small changes. So now she's adding almost $2,000 a month to her $1,164. It's tripling her income. She's just added 1 1/3 shows on. She's done some host coaching, and she's taught her people how to do host coaching. And in just a few months' time, by her only recruiting 2. Now that's not anybody else on her team recruiting. What would happen if she gave her team a challenge and half of them each recruited 1? Wow! She just doubled her team that was working. By the way, new people work way more than hobby long-timers. Okay? Hobbyist long-timers. All right. So let's go back to this page, build your future. All right. So now that you've seen what numbers can do, what do you want to do? How do you want to change your future? You know, and Heather can help you, and Melanie can help you, and Heather can help you. And I have all these calculations, you know what I mean? So, but I can show you how small changes can make all the difference in the world. That's the accountant in me. Sorry. You were thinking that. Oh my gosh. I love statistics. I log my numbers personally. I log my numbers every day. It's really kind of anal, but it's okay. All right. 100% of your control is in how you care about your hosts, your guests, your business, of course, your family and God first, but when we're talking business, it's your hosts, your guests, and how you can equip and help their kitchens run better and the functionality in certain products. Let me just, I've even done things where I've gone to someone's house, pull out all your kitchen tools. Let me see what you got. Let me see what you're missing. And that's what I'm really having fun with in Florida, is helping people that are downsizing their homes. What do you really need for the way you're eating today? You're not cooking for a family anymore. But man, those cool and serve trays, I am selling the heck out of those things because people want to eat healthier, all right? And people want to open up their fridge and have a salad bar looking at them.
Strawberry cheesecake dip.
Well, hence I don't make desserts, okay? But when you care, when you're committed to you and your future, and when you make golden choices, all the difference in the world is at your feet. And it's up to you. It's not up to the circumstances that surround us. It's up to you. Okay? So, she designed a life she loved. Thankful to the Lord that He allowed me. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Let me stop sharing. Okay. I'm thankful that the Lord has allowed me to do the things I've done, but more importantly, He's allowed me to influence others. And He's allowed me to make a difference in people's lives. And that's my greatest reward. I get a big paycheck every month, but quite honestly, it goes in the bank. It comes and goes. Thank God for auto pay. I just said that today. I have 3 houses right now. Thank God for auto pay, because I would be going crazy. Can you imagine if I was in the day of writing checks? Oh my gosh, it would be terrible. Anyway, I'm not here anymore. Okay. Well, I'm really here. I don't know why. Why do you think I'm not here, Melanie? Anyway, what time is it? 8:21. Okay. We have recognition to do. We're done. Okay. There we go. We can leave that picture up. That's cute. Okay.
Love it.
Those were the days, my friend. We thought they never. Yeah, that's good. I'll close up the call, and then we can do our recognition. Hey, you guys! Thanks everybody for joining me tonight. I'll put the replay on tomorrow on Ryan Rockstars. But I hope that this has encouraged you, and I hope that you have a blessed rest of the evening. Thanks.
Nancy Jo,
Yes.
I have a question.
Sure.
On Wednesday at conference, in the agenda, they say something about tidbits or whatever all day long.
Uh-huh.
Are you aware of that? Is that for everyone?
Yes.
Yes, that's for everyone.
Okay. All right. So then we're going to go there earlier that day then, rather than just for 3:30.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And we're starting right at 3:30, you guys. So get there by 3:15.
Okay.
Really tight schedule.
Okay.
Awesome.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. God bless you guys. Talk to
Bye.
you soon. Thanks for joining me tonight.
Bye-bye.
Okay.